Hi, ladies. Today I want to talk about Black men's dating preferences. I see a lot of videos, I see podcasts, and I see a lot of discussions around this topic. And I wanted to chat about it for a little bit. And I will say that I don't think this is a big deal. I don't think who Black men decide to date or to marry is a problem for anyone. All right, they can date whoever they like. They can marry whoever they like. This is not a new thing. Black men have been dating out since the end of slavery. It is not a big issue. If his preference is not Black women, that is none of our business. And we should consider it just that way. It has nothing to do with us. That is his choice. That is his preference. Now, I think I'm going to make a kind of an analogy, if you will. Some of you may know, I'm from Detroit. I grew up in Detroit, Detroit born and raised. And I absolutely love the Detroit auto industry. Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors all have their homes here in the Detroit area. I grew up with American cars. I love American cars. Through my lifetime, I have driven other cars. I have been in other cars, but I will always come back to the American auto industry. Right now, I drive a Ford, a Bronco. Absolutely love it, okay? So my preference is American cars, okay? If you can imagine, I'm sitting in the Ford dealership and a man walks in and he tells all the people sitting in the Ford dealership, I can't stand Fords. You guys do not have the European styling that I like. And your paint colors are terrible. And I really hate the way the suspension works. And he goes on and on and on about what he doesn't like about Fords. And we're all sitting in the Ford dealership thinking, as he talks, why is he here? If you don't like Fords, that's fine. There's a Mercedes-Benz dealership right down the street. Help yourself, or whatever car you want. There's no need for you to come in here and talk about what we are, what we like. Why are you here? And that's kind of how I see the conversation on podcasts. I'm not sure why you're coming down here telling me this, because this is a Ford dealership, so we don't care that you don't like Fords. Get to stepping and go on down there and be with whoever it is that you want to be with, okay? Buy whatever it is that you want to buy. If we are going to pick men, we want men that love Black women. And I mean, we are their first and only choice, just like me. I only drive American cars. I don't want anything else. All right? If you have men that are looking at you and comparing you to someone else, he's not the man for you. He's not the man for any of us. I don't see the point of debating. He can have his preference. That is perfectly fine. We want men that look at us and say, oh my God, yes, absolutely. Yes. Doesn't need any encouragement. Doesn't need to be talked into anything. In fact, he's been walking around looking for you. He's been just waiting for you to show up. That's who you want to date, ladies. You don't want to date a man that you need to debate and have to sell yourself to, okay? That man is never going to be for you. I'm not sure how podcast works, and maybe I am mistaken, but my thought was when I see podcasts, I thought they always got paid to be on a podcast. And so the women that I see there, I'm assuming that they're getting some kind of compensation. Or else, why would you go on to a podcast where the men are talking badly about you, while they are chipping away at your self-esteem, while they're comparing you to other women? I assume they're getting paid for that. I mean, I wouldn't do it unless you're paying me, and you better pay me a pretty penny, because Why would I go into a situation with men that don't like me, that don't want me, and debate why I am a good person? You don't like me. You stated you don't want me. Why in the world would I ever want to be even in your presence? No. No. Ladies, let these men go. Trying to debate a man about his preferences is like trying to get me to buy a foreign car. It's not going to work. All right? I have my stated preference. I know what I like. And that's all there is to it. We don't want men who don't want us. Okay? I think if we get that in our mind, then that would eliminate a lot of the toxic relationships that you see. Because if he doesn't like you and doesn't want you, why are you trying to convince him to like you and want you? Okay, we want men that at least like us and want us at the very minimum. All right, so no, I don't have a problem with black men marrying, dating their preferences. That is absolutely awesome with me, and it should be with you too. Leave these men to date whoever they want, push them to the side, and wait for the men that look at you and go, oh yeah, that's my preference. I love you, ladies.